In a bid to bolster relations with member nations of the Commonwealth, senior members of the royal family are set to embark on an ambitious 2-year tour. Despite a minor setback in tour schedules, with only one completed since King Charles assumed the throne, a palace source has expressed optimism, stating that state visits are back in business. King Charles, accompanied by Queen Camilla and the Prince and Princess of Wales, aims to demonstrate the power of soft diplomacy in enhancing ties with countries like Australia, where frustration has arisen over the pace of visit approvals. However, recent confirmations signal a promising future for diplomatic engagements. Among the scheduled tours, Prince William is planning a visit to New York this September, with further plans for him and his wife Kate to visit Singapore in the autumn. Interestingly, the couple might also bring along their 3 children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, to some of these international visits, highlighting the importance of nurturing relationships with younger generations of Commonwealth countries. Additionally, King Charles and Queen Camilla will travel to Kenya later this year, despite the fact that Kenya does not formally recognize the king as its head of state. This visit holds significant importance as it seeks to foster stronger connections with a major Commonwealth member. Efforts are also underway to fulfill previously cancelled trips, including the King and Queen's visit to France, which had to be called off earlier this year due to unrest in the country. The resumption of such visits underscores the commitment of the British monarchy to engage with nations around the world. Looking ahead, King Charles is expected to visit Samoa next year when the country hosts a Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. Such high-level engagements provide opportunities for dialogue and cooperation, strengthening the ties that bind Commonwealth nations together. However, it is crucial to address the increasing calls for republicanism within the Commonwealth. For instance, in Australia, there is growing appetite to abolish the monarchy and replace King Charles as head of state. Similar sentiments were expressed by Jamaica's Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, during William and Kate's visit to the Caribbean last year, where he expressed Jamaica's desire to become fully independent and address unresolved issues, such as the legacy of slavery. Professor Rosalia Hamilton, co-chair of the Governance and Human Rights Campaign group Advocates Network Jamaica, has emphasized the need to consider broader institutional arrangements. While removing the king as head of state is significant, she believes that transforming the highly centralized governance structure to include the voice of the Jamaican people is equally vital. In conclusion, the 2-year soft diplomacy tours undertaken by senior royals reflect the British monarchy's commitment to strengthening ties with Commonwealth member nations. These engagements provide an opportunity to bridge divides, address historical issues, and foster a more inclusive approach to diplomacy. However, the growing calls for republicanism in certain Commonwealth countries underscore the need for the British monarchy to adapt to changing times and embrace more democratic forms of governance in its diplomatic relationships.